I'm smart, but I'm stupid.
Gay, but I'm straight.
I corrupt dust at Whole Foods.
Baby.
Cause when it all comes down to
Now that we've got a
Hello.
noise complaint, hey everybody.
Hi, Hi guys, how we doing?
What we've been up to?
How's everybody doing today?
Yeah.
We need like a
Did y'all floss?
do we all floss?
Yeah.
Why? I'm so brain rotted that I thought you meant like the dance.
No.
I mean,
I'm not seeing enough movement. I'm not seeing ninja.
No, but I think I floss like once a week.
I floss every night.
Yeah, this is why I have cavities.
Yeah, I got weak teeth, so I gotta compensate.
Same, but I kind of am in denial about it. So
I don't want to lose any.
shout out to the weekly flossers out there. Shout out to the monthly flossers out there.
Shout out to the nose flossers, you know? Maybe you guys just can get away
Raw
with
dog life.
raw dog life.
I
Some
can't
people
with
can
that.
get away with it. Some people
I
just don't
know.
floss and they like have no cavities. It's kind of cursed.
It's good genes. That's all it is.
No,
We just got stuck with the bad genes.
I don't believe that. I don't take that. I think we just got a challenge.
We just got a unique challenge.
We got an objective.
It's not a challenge if your teeth are rotting out of your head. I don't know.
Yes, it is a challenge.
I mean, it's a challenge, but that's like
It's a challenge against your bank account.
If we were just like trying to survive in the wild, that's GG's. That's
Oh,
infection.
definitely.
We would be out. I mean,
zombie apocalypse? I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, you both.
Tooth-wise. I think I'd get by because I have my family.
I have 4 medications I have to take daily.
Oh.
Okay. You think I'd be able to survive in the wild? No way.
Hmm.
No way, Jose. I'd like.
You're a domesticated human.
I'd have an asthma attack and die. Speaking of domesticated, we're actually apex predators, okay? And the reason why, I mean, humans are apex predators, but
Truly.
we started playing Valorant.
Yeah. We've gone down that hole.
We've fallen into the hole of Valorant, and you can imagine. Here's some backstory. I don't play FPS games, okay? Closest thing I've gotten is Overwatch, and that barely counts in my mind.
It's just it's kind of like I think it's like a FPS with training wheels on.
Yeah, I think so too, because Valorant is a whole different vibe, and we started playing a few days ago, and I was like fighting for my life.
In the trenches.
I was in the trenches. I was really sad. I wasn't hitting any shots. I was getting mowed down. I was like, I hate this game. This game sucks. And then I got really high and I played deathmatch, which is just like you're in an arena, you're shooting people as you come across them.
You spawn, you shoot, you die. You spawn,
yeah.
you shoot, you die. That's it.
And during that, I was playing with Bengo and Kai. And of course, being high, I was like, I'm an apex predator.
She kept doing it like as soon as we won, like as soon as she did like really good in a deathmatch round, she just started going off about how she was an apex predator. She started like getting really high and being like, I am an apex predator.
No,
I
it
am
gets even
so
worse.
dangerous. And you were hitting some of your shots at that point in Spike Rush.
And so then I was like, I feel like I'm hunting.
Yeah.
I feel like you all are my prey and I'm hunting. And then
I feel like we're prey.
Yeah, you which is interesting. That's an interesting insight. Because I was like, I'm a fucking apex predator. I'm hunting them down. And then I was like,
I'm fighting for my life. I can barely aim.
When we played Spike Rush, which is basically like Valorant but not as long and easier, but you're on a team. And so I was
It's
like,
it's the fast paced one.
we're a clan. We're warrior cats.
She kept
And Bengo won't
comparing.
let it go, dude. I said that like okay, I said it a few times. I
You
know
said
I
it a few
said it a
times
few.
that match. It's
Listen,
hard to shake when you're comparing Valorant to Warrior Cats.
it's the same thing.
It's the
I
same
stand by
thing.
that. Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
My
Does that
warrior
make
cats
Overwatch
kids.
Warrior Cats?
No, it doesn't feel the same because like warrior
Oh,
cats, they were. It's like intense. Like I could be misremembering how warrior cats is. So any warrior cats fans out there,
dramatizing the Warrior Cats
in my
memory.
child brain, it was very dramatic and strategic, and the clans had to fight each other. And I just thought this is my clan, and we're hunting. I just
In
felt
your
like a
high
cat.
mind.
I also said we're like a pack of velociraptors,
Yeah,
which,
you said
like,
a
yeah,
lot.
I say a lot. I do
That
say a
it
lot.
If you guys want to see us, we can definitely make some Valorant content as well.
Yeah, you can see me be an
Probably
apex
will.
predator.
Yeah.
You can see me be a warrior cat. Maybe I'll
See
like
the
role play a warrior cat.
in chat, I
Yeah.
will pay you money. Whatever money I have to make you roleplay in public chat.
I would too. I would have to like read a warrior cat's book to get refamiliarized with how it goes down and then role play it in Valorant. I feel like some people would be like, "Shut the fuck up," and other people would be like, "Yo, are you talking about warrior cats right
Yo, what the fuck is this person on?
now?" I'm on
You
something,
get in, we start loading out, and you're just like, guys, we're Shadow Clan.
guys. We're fighting Leaf Clan, guys. Thunder Clan. We gotta kill Thunder Clan. I believe in us. You
You
can do
start
it,
giving them
Crosspaw.
like, yeah. You start calling them fucking warrior cats
Oh,
names.
dude, yeah, dude, for sure. Like, if say their name is like I suck pee pee, I'd be like, okay, I suck pee pee paw. Let's do this. I feel like it would be a good time.
That would be so funny.
So yeah, the adventures of Soph in a game like Valorant is very
Quite
chaotic.
the adventure.
It's an adventure. It's also me like screaming 90% of the time.
The best part, cause I suck, but I do have a really bad computer, so
Yeah,
nobody's ever gonna
see,
get my POV.
I keep tell. Well, that's not true because when I
Only when
die,
you die and
I'd be looking,
spectate me.
dude. I I feel like you will surpass me the moment you get a computer that isn't like running on like I don't know a dime. Like the dime is somehow making the power, and
Yeah,
there's like a shoestring holding it all together.
there's a fucking guinea pig
Yeah.
running.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's making he's got like a rat running in a little
Yeah.
wheel to make electricity. So like comment
For
down below if you
context,
would give him money to have a new computer cuz
for context, I'm currently using Soph's old laptop
yeah, so I sent him my old laptop
because I
across
had
the
a
sea.
worse laptop before this.
Yet his whole computer would crash if he had Discord open.
Yeah, I would if I was working, first of all, when I would work on like my artwork, it would
So fucked
most
up.
likely stop working every 5
So
minutes.
fucked up.
And then if somebody would text me on Discord, whole thing would just it would collapse. The whole system would be done.
Dude, I I remember you telling me that, and I was like, I have this little shitty laptop I had from college. I don't use it anymore.
And you donated
Okay.
to the cause.
Yeah, I don't know if we've talked about this, but our other homie, he was the one who actually sent it to you. I
Yeah.
donated it, and he's the one who sent it to you, but he said it was really dirty when I gave it to him. And
That
for
was one of the
context,
funniest arguments I had to listen to in
I
call.
cleaned that laptop. I stand by the fact that I cleaned it. It was not up to his standards, but it wasn't like
From
foul.
my
Jeez.
perspective, I just hear Soph going like, I cleaned it, and then he goes, there were ants.
I can't listen. I can't control. How does he know those ants weren't from his house? Huh? Why is it blame
True.
on me?
I didn't see those ants in the same room at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is there's no proof that I was the one who left ants in there because I cleaned
It
that
had me
laptop.
fucking rolling because I'm just sitting there listening to two different perspectives.
We had to we're from the US, so we had to send him a laptop from the US all the way to Canada in order for you to have a laptop that doesn't crash every time you open Discord.
Yeah, which I'm very grateful because now I can do a lot more
He's
with
still
my
fighting.
life.
I mean, I remember that laptop. I'm pretty sure you can't have it unplugged, right?
No, I
Yeah.
learned that the hard way one day.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's so
I
good. I was
didn't
just
warn you.
it was it was
Oh
so funny because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself. I'm gonna go sit down, get comfortable, and work like in bed. I'm gonna just sit in bed.
no.
And I got myself all set up. I unplugged my Huey on. I grabbed the laptop. I placed it down. It looked fine when I placed it in my bed, and then I looked away and I looked back, and it was like, I'm dying. Help! And I'm like,
The
how?
battery is fried. The battery's fried. Dude, additionally, some extra lore about that laptop. I
Mm,
used to have the original charger. I bent it so bad
yep.
that like it had to be in a precise position. And when I was thinking about giving it to you, I was like, I cannot send him this in this condition. I can't do that to him. The battery's already fucked. He can't like I just can't do this to him. So I had to order another charger for it because
My
I
f-
bent it out of freaking shape.
my favorite had to be seeing the thing after it came to Canada because it was almost falling out of the box. I like
That wasn't me. That wasn't
no.
on me.
That was all that was all American postage.
Yeah, fuck American
Because like
postage.
when I see things that go through Canada, like the boxes are fine. Like they
No,
all look
dude.
okay. And
Have
then
you seen videos of
I
what they
get this
do?
box and it's like it's crunched. Like the bottom is like I needed to support the bottom when I was walking it to the vehicle because I was like, holy shit, it's gonna fall out. Like I don't know
Did
what to do.
did he wrap it in bubble wrap?
Oh, that thing was like the whole roll of bubble wrap was on the laptop.
Yeah, that's what I originally was gonna be the one who sent it, but turns out I'm dumb, and I was like, can you send it to our homie? And he was like, yeah, I got it.
I got
And
this.
then he had to clean it, apparently.
Apparently.
Allegedly. I don't believe
Allegedly
him.
there was an ant or two.
Mm, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
I'm a third party. I have no vote here.
You're like, I don't
No
have enough
visuals on the site.
information.
Yeah.
There's no proof. I can't make a decision.
I'm not no judge. So,
Yeah. Well, yeah, the computer situation's rough. So if you
bit
want
rough.
Bengo's POV when I'm not dead,
I
uh send it to his Cash App link.
don't have Cash App. I'm Canadian.
Does Cash App not work in Canada?
There's no Cash App in Canada.
That is cursed. That is terrible. All right, well, I guess give the money to me instead.
The funnel system. We'll figure it
Yeah.
out.
N People genuinely send me, like, $3.
Yeah,
They're like, "For
you
Bengo's
suddenly start
laptop."
getting money.
I'm like, "Oh, shit, what did I
Oh, this
do?"
is serious. Yeah.
Yeah, shit, I need to, like, put it in my Twitter bio or something.
Donate to this cause.
We gotta beg the internet for money. Please
I
give
plan
us
to save
money.
up. I plan to like because I'm getting a decent amount coming in recently, with tax return, all of that jazz. So
He's so funny. I was like, "Bengo, just beg the internet for money. Someone will give you money." He's like, "I don't wanna do that." I'm like, "Why not? Just fucking do it. Somebody's gonna give you money."
somebody,
Is that
I
somebody gonna be like, "Me? Maybe."
Jesus.
I donate like 50 cents.
Yeah, you would do that.
I would.
You would
I
do that,
would.
and you would have in the caption "pee pee poo poo."
Oh no, I've been clocked.
Yeah, it's
Or
in your
eyeballs
drafts.
emoji.
Yeah,
My favorite emoji right now is the eyeball. I overuse that.
you use it a lot,
I
especially when
do.
I'm like just posting shit and you just need to react to it.
I feel I'm compelled to use
To
it.
use your eye and just look.
Yes.
You need to show everyone that you are looking,
I am looking. I am always observing. It's like
always
almost
watching.
it's just perfectly ominous. It's like
Yeah,
I acknowledge you, but I am also my eyes are on you.
but
I'm
I'm also
looking.
just watching. I'm not going to speak to you.
Yes, exactly. I have chosen silence. I guess we should go on to the next topic, huh?
Yeah,
So,
maybe
what are we going to talk about? Jeff Wittek and David Dobrik?
David Dobrik.
We're just a bunch of chumps on the internet, so don't take anything we say as gospel, but
Gospel. No, we're just gonna put our opinion, insert our opinion onto this topic because we're
it's
human.
I mean, it's interesting. I think that if you don't know what the situation is, this is going to be very confusing, but
We'll
basically
try to keep you up to speed.
I'll give the rundown.
Yeah, you know more.
If you know anything about you watch David Dobrik, so you might know more actually, but
Well, I'll give context where context is needed.
so David Dobrik had his goons that he would make his videos with. He
The
still
vlog
has a
squad.
lot of his goons, okay? I can't even bring myself to call them the vlog squad. They're a bunch of goons, okay? He has
Well,
his
if
goons.
yeah, if you've been anywhere on the internet, you would know, like on YouTube mainly, you would know about David Dobrik and the
Dobrik.
squad.
Yeah, so he has his goons. One of his goons he put at the end of a fucking excavator and then swung that goon around till his homie literally bust his eye in
He
and has a
gonked right
bunch.
onto the excavator thing.
Yeah, and had to go to the hospital and has had 9 surgeries for his injuries.
Hmm.
Um, that
And was
dude
like, wasn't
is
he like a
Jeff
hair
Wittek.
away? Wasn't he a hair
From
away from losing an eye?
Yeah, well, he
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
basically did lose an eye. His eye's really messed up. He can barely see out of it. He has a ton of health problems. He can't work. So
He had
basically,
brain damage as well.
there was no there wasn't a medic on scene and fucking David Dobrik was the one using the machine. So you
That's
can
important.
imagine that's very important.
He
Uh
also had one hand on a camera and the other hand controlling it.
I
So he
forgot
wasn't in
about that.
full use of the actual machinery, which I don't. He's probably not qualified to be
No,
running.
not I would he isn't qualified.
He isn't
He
qualified to be
isn't
running that
qualified. No
machine.
way. No way. Especially what they were using it for, which is hanging someone at the end of it and swinging them around in circles.
Yeah,
Like, I don't
they
know what you
weren't.
fucking expected.
Yeah,
Like, dude,
it's
of course
simple
it's gonna go
physics.
wrong. Simple physics, uh, entails that you will get fucked up.
Yeah.
You're gonna get whiplash of some sort. But basically, after that, this is where shit really goes down. After that, Jeff Wittek, the guy who's injured, at first was like, "No, he's covering my medical bills, like, we're cool. I'm still friends with him." And he was covering for him, basically, while everyone else on the internet was like, "What the fuck? What's wrong with him? What's
Hmm.
wrong with David Dobrik? What's his deal?"
Why
And
the fuck are you
then
covering his ass so hard too?
exactly. Well, here's the thing about Jeff Wittek. Jeff Wittek is the kind of guy who's, like, loyal to a fault with his homies. He's loyal to a fault, which don't be that person. If somebody like wrecks you, take them to court. Seriously, like it's not worth all this shit. But then he has this whole Jeff Wittek versus H3H3, right? Uh Ethan Klein on H3H3 was like, "Hey yo, David Dobrik sucks." And Trisha, who is anti David, 100%, also was like, David sucks.
Well, because they were
And
doing that like whole deep dive into a lot of like what was happening in
yeah,
the vlog squad and the pressures that a lot of people who were in like the goon squad would
yeah.
feel to do certain actions, given that this all kind of erupted from Jeff Wittek getting injured. Like a lot of people
Mhm.
started speaking out about how they were being treated, and then also the like R word stuff that was coming out as
Yeah, we
well.
won't even get into that, but basically, David never did a good job at protecting his people. He
Hmm.
never did a good job of, like, if you're gonna have a goon squad, you better be ready to protect that goon squad, okay? And he didn't care. David, he
He'd just
plays
do
this.
whatever he could to get more laughs.
Yeah, he does whatever he can to be the guy behind the camera. He always has the power, and he's never taking the risk. He's getting a bunch of dumbasses that will take the risk, and he knows how to frame it on camera. That's his talent. He's not actually an interesting guy. He just knows what other people do is interesting, and he knows how to capture it.
Hmm.
That being said, uh Jeff Wittek, at some point, after his ninth surgery, he was like, wait a minute. Why am I like. Okay, so basically, his ninth surgery needed to be paid for, and David Dobrik was taking forever to pay for it. He paid for it late, which meant Jeff went into debt because he had to pay for it initially, and now he's like having issues with his credit. Basically, this whole situation is fucking up his life. His
Yeah.
financial situation is screwed. He can't get work. He's screwed. And so, of course, he's starting to backpedal. He's like, "Hold on.
This
Why
is
am
starting to
I
really
covering
affect
for this
me.
guy? Yeah, why am I covering for this guy? He's not even paying for my shit on time. He doesn't give a fuck about me."
Well, on top of that, he also was like not texting him,
Cuz
like not being a friend anymore.
that's what Jeff Wittek. He's willing to cover for you if you're his friend. That's
Yeah.
what it is. He did not feel that way about David after David stopped contacting him and paying for his shit on time.
Which is a common thing when like an issue comes up with one of the goons. David will just like kind of just excommunicate. He'll
Yeah,
just like
because
drop you.
it's like, why would I? Who cares? They're not valuable to me anymore.
And
They're
it's also
not
it's
providing
probably
any
like
entertainment
seems
value.
like he's kind of like really bad with conflict too. It's giving like the vibe of like he's trying to like avoid having a conflict with somebody.
Well, I just think it makes him feel out of control. He doesn't like
Yeah.
to be the guy who people think is insane. He's the
It's
straight
easier
man.
to just like drop people than to like
Yes,
deal with the situation. And then
for
also
sure.
it doesn't come up as drama against like his reputation on the internet.
I think that's the biggest aspect for him. I think all he cares about is his reputation and whether or not people view him as the straight man,
The
the
funny
dude,
haha man.
or not even that, because he's not really that funny. He just points out what other people do.
Well, yeah, but he's the one that collects the funny haha videos.
Yeah, he's
That's like
good
his
at
thing.
framing it,
Well, it's,
but
of course he
he's
thinks he's
always
the
the
funny
straight
haha
man.
man. He's making every single video was 420.
Mm, yeah. And so Jeff Wittek came out recently and said he thinks that David tried to hurt him on purpose.
Ooh, that's a development I didn't know about.
So he's claiming that he thinks David was trying to hurt him. And so I watch Gem Reloaded, previously known as Frenemies Reloaded. Their Her work is awesome. I think she has a great insight. She's very insightful in general to most situations she covers.
Mhm.
She had a theory that I agree with, and I want to reiterate to our audience that the reason why Jeff thinks that David tried to hurt him is because Jeff is the only one who pranked uh David in like a really serious way. And so basically,
Oh.
here's what happened. I forget what year it was, but it's the time when David Dobrik and his girlfriend broke up. I forget her name.
He had a girlfriend?
Yes, he had a girlfriend, and she's like a famous she's also a comedian.
Oh, Liza Koshy.
Liza Koshy. So, they broke up. And according to his friends, that was the only time his one friend who knew him since childhood. She says, I don't remember her name, but she claimed that was the only time she saw him cry was after they
Ooh.
broke up. The only time she'd ever seen him cry, ever. So he took that breakup hard. You know what I mean? Like that breakup
Yeah.
hurt him. And the thing about David is in his vlogs, he never presents himself as the butt of the joke. Never. He's never the butt of the joke. Ever.
Never. No, and I went down the David rabbit hole.
Yeah, so you would know.
I would know.
He never
Unfortunately,
ever frames himself as the butt of the joke. That's not
he's
what.
always behind the camera. He always
Mhm.
hides behind the camera, and a lot of the times, even when he's initiating things, he's never the butt of the joke. A lot of times, the other people still are. And
Mhm.
even when the video focuses on him, or any kind of like bit is focused on him, he's still never the butt of the joke.
Never. And so here's what went down. After that breakup happened, Jeff did a whole prank about the breakup. And here's the situation. I don't remember exactly how that prank went, but it was a direct prank about their breakup. And apparently
Yee.
he did not think it was funny and he was pissed about it.
That
And it
doesn't
put
mean you get to beat somebody with an excavator, but
no, but it was the reason why he and Jeff weren't actually friends. You know what I
yeah.
mean? They weren't
Yeah. The
friends.
cause.
And so that I truly believe they were never friends. I think Jeff is the kind of guy that like just says that and like I think he's loyal to a fault, but I don't think he's loyal to David. I think he's loyal to the people David's friends with.
That he became friends with
Yes, I think
in
he's friends
turn.
with other people that
Well, he said
surround
that
David.
too
He's
in
friends with his
his
goon
stream.
squad,
Yeah. Well, he
but
said
he's
that in
not
his like
friends with
stream. He was
David.
like, he doesn't want to like get into too much drama because he'll lose friends.
Yes, exactly. But I think then this was the take that Gem Reloaded had as well. Um, I think that he sorry, I just lost my train of thought. Off the rails. What was I
Oh
saying?
damn. You were talking about Gem Reloaded's theory and like
Oh yeah. So I agree with Jem in the fact that they were never friends and Jeff was friends with the Goon Squad. But I
mhm.
think that I also agree with Jem's take that he should just leave those people alone cuz Jeff's been like saying shit where he's like how could they be friends with him still? Basically, that's the vibe. I don't think
Yeah.
that's what he said exactly, but he's been like I've been messaging what's that guy's name? Trisha's ex?
Jason Nash.
Yes, I've been messaging Jason Nash and he doesn't answer. They're not going to message you back, dude. They're his goon squad. They're David's
Yeah.
goon squad. They're loyal to David because they benefit from being friends with David.
I think it's a good show as well of like how like LA YouTuber culture
It's
is just like
so
really
bad.
nasty.
I mean, I would say it's just very much tribal.
Yeah.
Everyone has their group, everyone has their tribe.
It's the cliques.
It's the cliques.
They have their warrior cast clans.
Yes, they have their clans. And that's how it's going to go down. You can't turn someone else's clan member unless they have their own traumatic experience. Like it took
They got to get out of
Jeff
the cult.
it took Jeff having 9 surgeries before he publicly came out and was like, "I think David's a piece of shit and I
On top
think
of
that."
that, like the like straw that broke the camel's back was like also David allegedly saying that it was all Jeff's fault in like a upcoming
Literally
documentary.
well, you know what's hilarious is Jeff was going to do that documentary about how he got hurt, right?
Hmm.
But he let David edit it all. You dumb fuck. You stupid idiot. You let the guy who doesn't like
Who
you, who hurt
yeah,
you, edit the fucking video of you telling your
who's
story?
has his public image on the line currently cuz
No, dude.
everybody was rooting for Jeff because he's the one that got injured. So of course you're going to like you're giving it up to the person who has the most to
Dude.
lose.
He miscalculated that because I think that
But
I mean
also he
he
probably
still
was like
has a
on like
court
a shit
case.
ton of drugs.
For sure. For sure. I agree.
And
I think
probably like if
well,
you're injured, he's probably like I don't want to edit it. I'm tired.
and that's where you're like, okay, David's a piece of shit because he knew he was going to get in trouble. If he
Yeah.
knew that there was a possibility that Jeff could take him to court, Jeff could out him publicly. And so when Jeff came to him being all fucked up on drugs and hurt, and is like, "Could you edit this?" and like, let's make content out of it, right? Like trying to spin it positively.
Yeah.
David was like, "This is perfect for me because I can edit myself as the good guy and edit him as the bad guy." I don't know if he thought of that actively, because a lot of people don't think of things that actively, right? Because a
It's
lot
not
of people aren't,
unconscious like
but he does that.
manipulation.
He does
Yeah.
that in all of his videos. He's always the straight man, funny guy, and everyone else is crazy, and he makes fun of them, and that's the shtick.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I personally think that's the worst shtick ever, and I think he's a dick for even making content that way. But I don't know, like, it's definitely frustrating that he still hasn't taken him to court. And I know court is like going to court is expensive, but he
Especially
has a
with the
case.
situation that he's in right now, where
He
it's
has a
like
case.
precarious. But yeah, he has a case. He definitely does.
And I think he should take him to court because that was David's job to make sure nobody got hurt, and he did a shit job of doing it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, anyone who defends David's pretty stupid because
Simps. You're
he
simps.
is the owner of the channel, and at the end of the day, he has the most responsibility. He makes the most money off of this
He
whole
puts it
thing.
all together.
Yeah,
He
he
directs
is
it
the
all.
one who is the boss of this whole operation, and
Yes.
acting like it's any different, you're just stupid.
He has the
It's not
power.
it's not their responsibility to like it's not all of the collective's responsibility at that point to fully recognize certain things or to make sure that there's security on site because then it would just look like there's just like this one random goon being
Hell no.
like especially with that energy and that vibe they'd be like why are you trying to be so like why are you trying to be so stuck up, why are you trying to be so like strict about this, why are you trying to act like it's so serious, that kind of
It's
vibe.
definitely cult-like behavior,
Yeah, and
like straight up.
yeah, you'd basically be going against like David, which is like the leader of the cult.
He is because I mean, it's just an abuse of power. That's ultimately what I think a cult boils down to. Is this
And
like
yeah,
deeply engulfed in abuse of power, and it
and
shows.
it's also got like that immature like college frat vibe of
Oh,
like
for
the
sure.
more drama you can do, the cooler you are, the more shit you can do, the cooler you are. And like, oh bro, jump off that thing,
It's the I
almost
guess
die.
I'm like I sound like a dick saying this, but like don't listen to David for anything.
Now,
Fuck David. He's a stupid bitch. He's willing to get people hurt and not take responsibility for it. And obviously he's gotten off basically scot free other than like some public pushback, but his core audience is still watching, let's face it.
yeah,
And
the
so
main ones are still there.
he just sucks. I feel for Jeff, and when it comes to that, I'm team Jeff. But there's more,
But there's a
dude.
little piece of the puzzle that makes
There's
Jeff kind of a douche.
so there's no the situation with that whole group is everybody's an asshole. Because if you weren't an asshole, why the hell would you roll with David and his goon squad, right?
Yeah. And I think
So
a little level of it hits like where people originally were just like they get stuck because they're like I need to pay rent.
yeah, I do agree. I think that that's true. And there are people who are vulnerable who end up getting a taste of fame. And they're like, okay, yeah. But so here's the situation. Because I watch H3, like religiously, obviously.
Mhm.
H3 was going to have Jeff on again. And he wanted it to be like, he's on Jeff's side. He was offering his own lawyers to open a case
Yeah.
against him. He was offering like legal advice to Jeff, and that's big. That's very valuable, I want to say. Like, especially someone who's won so far, he's won all of his cases except for the ones that are open currently. But he's won his court cases. He has good lawyers. That's a valuable asset.
Yeah.
But and he's offering to give you a bigger platform on his show. So
Yeah.
this is what goes down. He finds out. H3, Ethan Klein, finds out that his buddy, Jeff's buddy, the guy who is on the podcast with Jeff, because they have their own podcast, had driven to his house,
And
taken a
filmed his house.
video outside of his house, zoomed in on the window, and was like, "We know where you live." And
Fucked
it's like,
up.
keep in mind, Jeff and this other guy are people who are ex-cons. They've gone to jail. They're ex-cons, which you want to say I don't usually ever hold that against somebody. I think that you can go to jail for dumb shit. But I think this shows why they're ex-cons. Driving to someone's house.
Just because, well, with full transparency, like a lot of the video, like, because I watched it today.
You did.
A lot of the podcasts, Ethan was making like a really shitty,
yes, he
long,
was
drawn out joke about the fact that they were ex-cons.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
continuously memed on it. And I think that was probably the dumbest move.
No, but wait, pause.
For instigation, I mean.
They had already gone to his house before he filmed that.
Oh, no, definitely. I just think
that's the craziest part. He was making fun of that guy. No, but he was right.
Because then he came back.
No,
he was right.
He was right, though. That's the weirdest part, is on the surface, you're like, okay, Ethan's being a dick. He's, like, making fun of the fact that they're kind of, like, pretending that they're in a... What is the word I'm looking for? In the mafia.
In the mob.
And he's, like, he's making jokes about them being mobsters and being, like, shitty mobsters, right? And then...
And this homie
he finds out
just kind of did illegal shit.
The dude literally went to his house and was threatening him before he had even said that. So I argue,
and didn't he like post
he wasn't wrong.
Did he post that publicly? Because that would technically be doxing.
Yes.
So
it's not because his property is public knowledge, so it's not really doxing. Because everyone already knows where he lives.
That's true.
But it was insane to find that out, that they were all like
already
Jeff's
threatening for no reason.
Already threatening him because there wasn't no reason. Ethan had been beefing with Jeff like before.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, crazy that Jeff's buddy would like go to his house, and then he went again after that video.
Yeah.
Like after Ethan made that video making fun of them,
and then attempted to apologize.
Like, some people are exactly what you think they are, and that's weird. Like, I don't like to make assumptions, but was Ethan wrong? No, he was right. He was
right. It was a stale joke, but he was right.
He was right. He had it. His intuition wasn't wrong. That dude is acting like a fucking mobster. A dumb one. Why would you film that?
You're just kind of like showing,
dude,
your whole anything that the cops want to pop you for. Yeah,
dude, like,
because that's uttering threats right there.
Yeah, I am in shock. And so then he was like, he had to come out publicly and say, I can't have Jeff on the podcast because his friend threatened me and my family, and I had to up security at my house so I don't have to worry about this dumbass trying to kill me.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. That's nuts.
So unnecessary. Like, I mean, like, he's like, that one guy is such like the drama, dude. Like, why?
Well, I think that I could be wrong, and this could be a this could be a bad take. I don't know. But he is someone who is an ex-con, and when that happens, like when you go to jail, it changes your perception of how the world works, because you're in like a closed space where you have to survive constantly. And so I think he's like still in survival mode, and like
still so much drama, dude.
If there's someone who's like threatening who you are, you feel the need to, or threatening your homie in any way, or insulting your homie in any way, you're gonna like want to back them up, because it's Warrior Cats clans, man.
Warrior Cats clans, man.
Everyone's in
this whole episode is just revolving around the Warrior Cats plotline for some reason.
Clan behavior, dude. Like, chill
I
out.
just it doesn't make like a good case at the end of the day for Jeff.
It just
Like you especially
Jeff needs to reel in his goon because now
yeah.
he burned that bridge with Ethan. Ethan was willing to help him out. And I'm sure
Well,
that probably wasn't feeling great to Jeff because Ethan's shit on him before, so he doesn't trust Ethan,
no.
obviously. But I do think Ethan meant well, and I think he burned that bridge.
Oh, Ethan was past the jokes, he was a Jeff simp.
Yes. I mean he wasn't making fun of Jeff. He was making fun of Jeff's
Now he made
homie.
Fun of Jeff a couple times.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
So
Facts.
past
But
the
I mean
jokes,
overall,
he was overall a Jeff simp.
yeah.
But what I think is it's just not gonna make a like at the end of the day, it's not gonna make a good public image for like Jeff's case. Because people are gonna be
No.
like, oh, so like every single time somebody has like a differing opinion with you, you're gonna like
Sick your
threaten
goon
them.
on him. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Like, let me go
And
sick
like
my
what is
dog at
David
him.
doing? He's still doing his regular stuff, so all of this is just gonna go under the radar. You're not doing anything to like campaign for yourself properly.
You need to pick a side, Jeff. That's what I'm saying. Like, pick a fucking side. Are you going to forgive? You either have to forgive David for what he did, let it go, and deal with the consequences of that, or you take him to court.
Yeah.
There's no in between. You can't do this wishy-washy shit. Just make a decision and stick with it.
Well, at this point it's basically just like it's like YouTuber drama, which is unfortunate
Cuz
for the
it's
level that
real
it's being
shit.
placed at. Yeah.
Like, that's real. He got hurt. He's going to have to live with the consequences of David being a dick for the rest of his life. So take him to
Yeah.
court. Take him to a civil lawsuit. Come on.
Yeah,
Let's
come
go.
on.
The law can work in your favor. You just have to advocate for yourself. But he won't consistently. He keeps doing it on and off, which is not good for a case.
No.
And then he sent his goon is going out threatening people. Like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Chill out,
That's
dude.
not going to help your case anymore,
That is
especially on the internet,
that is
which is where you're going to
blockhead
get a lot of your
behavior.
support. Yeah.
Straight up. But
Especially in the
yeah,
case of like with all of this being on the internet based around like David Dobrik, attacking another person is just it's not going to help you actually solve or like focus on the issue that you want to focus on, which is David Dobrik is a danger to other people.
well, I think that guy doesn't have a lot of experience being on the internet, and he has admitted that.
Yeah.
His brain is still in that clan brain, that
The
like
warrior cat's brain.
us versus them warrior cat's brain where he's always at war with people. And I guess my message to him, although I know they won't see this, but if I could talk to him, I would just say
I
it
would
isn't
hope that they wouldn't see this.
you want to fight your wars legally because if you try to fight it physically, you're going to go to jail again, dude. Come
Yeah.
on. Use your brain. But that's all I have to say.
Yeah. I hope it actually gets dealt like I hope it actually gets dealt with properly
Yeah,
rather than just all this like
I want David to pay for his crime, dude. That was a crime that he committed. He hurt somebody. He deserves to pay
yeah.
for it in some way. And the thing is, he thinks he has. He thinks covering 9 surgeries is enough. But I argue, no, it's not. You
I
ruined that
argue
man's
it's not
life.
enough either, especially with the American healthcare system the way it is.
They need to
Like
come to a
one,
settlement.
they should like even like down to what just like what happened with him paying it late. It already put Jeff in debt and shit.
Yes, dude. He sucks, dude. David sucks. I think that they need to come to an agreement because I feel like it's all of this word of mouth. You need to come to a settlement. Get your lawyers in touch with each other and settle and never speak of it again. That's what I think.
Yeah,
That's the only way to
that's the only way.
put this to rest. I honestly think Jeff, this is a theory, but I think Jeff enjoys having some power over David in the sense of he can just be like, yeah, he hurt me and I think he did it on purpose, but not committing to actually going and taking him to court.
Mm,
because I don't think he knows how to fight that fight. But I think you should.
maybe.
Or just
I think you should.
again, settle with his lawyers. Settle with David's lawyers. Like say
Anything, man.
do either you give me this much money and we end it at that, or I take you to court.
Yeah.
And that's a good way to end it cuz you're not friends anymore. So might as well just keep it business, you know?
Yeah.
This is lawyer shit now. You guys aren't shouldn't be talking directly to each other. Your lawyers should talk to each other. But yeah, I think it's interesting. It's interesting to see all of this play out on the internet where it's all like out for us to see without any legal shit happening.
Yeah.
This is why lawyers are so important. Always get a lawyer if
When
you
you're
have
at
something
that
to do.
level,
Get a
always have a
lawyer.
lawyer.
Yeah, have a lawyer, consult a lawyer. It's worth it.
Speaking of
What
washed
else?
up YouTubers, Shane Dawson.
Oh my god, that's right, Shane Dawson. Oh my god, dude, Shane Dawson is so much.
Shane Dawson.
Did you Okay, I watched Gem Reloaded's video on Shane Dawson. You can see where I get all my information.
I watched who did I watch? Hold on. I
Oh,
know I
he's
watched a YouTuber watch his latest video because I was like, I'm not giving you the
Yeah,
views.
I can't bring myself to give him any
I
views. There's no way.
can't. I can't. I think it was
Da-na-na.
it was Green is not Nick was the
Oh,
person I
yeah. Yeah. I watched that person too.
yeah, I watched through them and I was like, yeah, no, not giving the view.
Dude, when he made a comment about his fiance's imagined vagina in his dream, I was like,
Oh
this
my god.
please stop, Shane.
Stop
Get off the
speaking. Stop speaking.
Stop speaking. Oh my god. Get off the internet. I never want to see your face again.
And
But also
the
I
Chuck E.
liked
Cheese
watching it.
bullshit.
Oh my god. He's getting sued by Chuck E. Cheese.
Well, he almost got sued. That
Almost got
he
sued.
like
They
fully
should have sued him.
clickbaited that. They should have. That would have been funny.
Honestly, I think they should have just to watch his money fall out of his pockets.
Yeah.
That would be
And then
pretty
like
entertaining.
them being all like afraid to go into a Chuck E. Cheese. It's like, bitch, the only thing you're doing is fully recording that you're entering a Chuck E. Cheese. So you're basically like asking for them to give a shit about you.
Well,
Because
yeah,
if you didn't
if you
record that, nobody would care.
walk in with like a camera anywhere, people immediately are alert to you because you're
Yeah.
recording what's going on.
Well,
It's a natural response.
he's hiding in his vehicle. It's like nobody cares about you, dog. Like nobody is going to
Okay,
like a Chuck E.
I
Cheese lawyer is not going to walk out of Chuck E. Cheese and be like, "You're Shane Dawson."
see. I know nothing about that part of it. I know about
Oh,
how his drama with his fiance. They've
there's
been they've been engaged for years, and
yeah,
in the vlog that they were in, they make like weird jokes about how I mean, what's his fiance's name? So I don't have to keep
Ryland.
Ryland was like, "We're still not married," and he said he doesn't want to worry about the guest list. I'm like, "The guest list? Who fucking cares?" And that was Gem Reloaded's point. It they still aren't married. And they're making comments about it. And then in the
And it's
video,
uncomfortable.
he's making sexual jokes towards the cameraman. Uh,
Ooh,
what's his face? Shane is. Shane's making sexual jokes towards the cameraman. And you're like,
I
dude,
see.
what is going on here? Like, Ryland clearly wants to, like, lock it down, and Shane does not. Shane
Yeah,
doesn't want to get
Shane doesn't
married.
want to fully do the wedding.
Well, and Shane said something interesting.
Hmm.
Um, he said not related to the marriage thing. He said it with something else, but he expressed how he's afraid of losing his money. And so what Gem Reloaded was saying was he might be afraid of if he marries Ryland Ryland gets half of everything. Which
True.
is where I'm like, guys, prenups. Prenups, prenups, prenups. If you're worried about your partner stealing your money in a divorce, get a prenup. It's worth it.
Yeah.
And if they're like, you don't trust me, you go, it's my money, I earned it, okay? Of course I don't trust you in terms of if we got divorced, that's always a possibility.
Yeah.
Always get a prenup, even if you don't have that many assets, it's worth it. Anyway, that
I
was
just
something that was interesting, was that they still aren't married, and it's like they're talking about it in the vlog as
like
a joke.
uncomfortably too.
It's
Cuz
like
it's like it's not a joke, but it is, but it's not.
it's not a joke. They just haven't, like, you can tell they've talked about it privately, and then publicly they joke about it passive
It's
aggressively.
yeah, it's one of those passive aggressive joking on camera that's really uncomfortable.
And then Shane straight up flirting with the cameraman. Straight
Yikes.
up is a huge yikes. It's so cringe.
Super awkward.
I'm like, Ryland, I get it, sweetie. You want Shane's money, but you gotta get out of there, sweetheart. You gotta leave.
Yeah.
Seriously, like, it's not worth it. It's really not. But I
Messy.
understand. It's
Messy, messy, messy.
I love that shit. That's my favorite part. I'm the
The
like
messiness.
the the gossip of it all. Like the what's happening behind the scenes.
The train wreck of it all.
Like these are terrible people in terms of just like selfish, doesn't care about anyone else. I'm talking about Shane mostly. I don't know about Ryland. I think Ryland thought he was going to get married and have a guaranteed spot of comfort and safety with Shane, and Shane is like, I don't want to have to give up
I
half of
think
my assets.
I think Ryland's cocky at points. I
Oh,
think he's
for
not the
sure.
biggest issue. He's like a chihuahua.
Yes.
He's
Well, what you see is what you get with Ryland. You
yeah,
know?
Ryland's like mid. Shane is like a problem.
Shane is, I think, this is my personal opinion, but I think Shane is a goblin of a person.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in like a nice way. I mean that in like
Yeah, because
he's a
goblin can be
goblin.
endearing here.
Yes, goblin can be an endearing term from me, but that is the like traditional calling someone a goblin. I think
I
he's just very he refuses to take accountability in the way of understanding that cancel culture is not like he just uses it as a buzzword and like bitches
he's like,
about
oh, they
I
trying
was
to cancel me.
canceled. That's all he has to talk about. It's like, do you have anything interesting to say other than I was canceled and I'm a different person now, and he like wants to disassociate from who he was when he's the same
Yeah.
person. Like you do the same shit. You say like
You just
weird
don't say the N-word now.
exactly. He's still doing that weird like edgy humor where he's joking about dreaming about Ryland having a vagina.
Which is so out of pocket.
It is so out of pocket. Like, dude, what? And this shit
So
is
much.
targeted at kids? Like, what are you talking about? Or like
Yeah.
teenage girls? It's
Yeah, it's
mm-mm.
gross. It's weird. I
Shane is
just
I agree with Gem Reloaded. This is me indirectly like agreeing with Gem. Uh in her take that he should just if he's going to make a podcast, which he was talking about in the vlog, he was like, I want to make a podcast. Remember the last time Shane Dawson made a podcast?
that
That's where
was
all of those clips are from. All the clips of him being a little weird goblin freak
exposed.
are
Yeah.
from his old podcast. It's like,
Well,
okay,
no, he had a lot of he had a backlog of clips that he got wiped out for.
sure.
His
But a lot of
podcast
them
was
are from the
just a
podcast.
festering nightmare. Well, a lot
I
of the ones that can still be recovered are from the podcast.
Yeah, I think that if he's going to do a podcast, he just needs to label it as over 18. But he's
Yeah,
not going to do that because that's not as profitable. And
true.
he doesn't care about exposing younger people to his weird shit. He doesn't give a fuck about that. He literally doesn't care. All he cares about is making profit. He's just as much a dirty little capitalist as the rest of those evil like lizard white men at the top. He's very similar. He's just dumber.
Yeah.
they got their lizard brains activated in order to make money. I sound insane. I sound like Alex Jones. They're lizard brains. I don't mean literally. I just mean they're like
They're turning the freaking
consumed
frogs gay.
consumed by greed and no self-awareness. He has no self-awareness.
He has no self-awareness
And he
at
does
all.
not care about he doesn't care about catering to other people whatsoever. He just wants to do what he wants to do.
I think
It's like,
he's a great display of what the effects of the digital footprint have on
yeah.
certain people,
Well,
because
yeah.
he cannot escape
Well,
all
but
of the
I
videos that have
disagree.
been.
I disagree though because I think there are people who that is a good example of. Like I would say Jenna Marbles is someone who had a huge backlog of things that she has done and you could go and see throughout
But
her
she
life
like
what
she took accountability for it and stepped
exactly.
away.
That's so she, I would say, is a good example of someone who has a digital footprint who has changed. You've seen her evolve. Shane has not changed from the time he
No,
was
I just mean that every now and then people will remember that he did blackface and bring it up on Twitter.
well, sure, but I think people aren't asking the serious questions. Everyone focuses on like the big stuff that everyone does. Like, oh, he did blackface. He said the N word. He wanted to fuck his cat. Great. Okay, cool. But let's look at all the weird shit
Clip
he
that.
still does.
Great. Okay, cool.
like, um, he has also been weird recently. He says weird shit all the time, like him flirting with his cameraman or him bringing up his fiance's
Yeah,
made up vagina. Like, there's some weird shit going on there that normal people don't say. And I
he's
think
still gross.
he's still gross, and I mean that's fine. I'm not gonna say that you aren't. I'm not gonna tone police or
Yeah,
say
we're not the
Shane shouldn't say that because it's not. None of those things are offensive
no, and
directly, right?
we're not
But
the
he's still
holiest of people.
no, obviously not. But I'm saying he's always been cringe. He's cringe now, and he'll be cringe forever. He's never gonna change, and he doesn't care. It'll take
Yeah.
him it'll take him losing all his money to change. And even then, I think he'll cry about how he lost all his money, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, something else he did that
Mhm.
was so weird. You know how his whole like his whole brand is a pig?
Yeah.
Like all of his merch has pigs on it, right?
Mhm.
Rylan made a comment about him being a pig. Like not he's just made a reference to it. And fucking Shane got all offended. Shane was like, "Why would you say that?" or something like that.
But
When
your
like,
whole
dude,
thing is a
your
pig.
whole brand is a
You
pig.
call yourself a pig.
If you are going to call yourself a pig, you need to why are you associating the pig thing with negative connotations when that's your brand? It goes to
That's your whole
show
thing.
he
He's insecure.
he's so insecure. He's deeply reactive and so insecure and it shows and he can't even like I guess for instance, us calling ourselves rats, if someone called me a rat, knowing my brand, I wouldn't be like, "How dare you say that about me?" That's my
Yeah,
brand.
that's
Like,
the
I'm not gonna
thing.
get
That's the
offended.
whole yeah.
I love rats. That's the whole
That's the selling
brand.
point. Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, he sucks. He's just insufferable.
Yeah. I think I have like there's like no way for me to ever like him again because like for so long when I was younger, I used to like a lot of his content,
Mm,
and looking
I
back, I'm
never
like,
did.
bruh.
I can say that. I've watched a lot of shitty people, like, I used to be a Leafy fan, but I
Yeah.
was never a fan of Shane except for his conspiracy era and his, uh, what is his name? Jeffree Star era, and those
Mm,
eras I liked because I liked the conversation surrounding them, and I stand by
yeah.
that.
I I watched a lot as like a younger idiot. Best way to describe it.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, just like growing up in that era of YouTube, it was just like a lawless place.
It yeah, I mean, I watched Smosh,
I
and
liked Smosh. I watched Smosh, Sky Does Minecraft.
I think Smosh probably has some really cringy things that they've said in their content, but it does
Um,
not even come
that
close.
moon emoji video,
I don't remember that.
I can't I can't say the first word. If,
Oh no. Oh no.
but it starts with an M,
What?
and usually you can be charged.
Manslaughter.
No, it's one I can't say.
Oh, okay. I'm like trying to guess it. I'm like, oh, is this a fun game where I get to guess
It's
the word?
similar to the SA. Yeah.
Oh! Oh my god, that took me a second. Yeah, okay, got it. Yeah, well, that's still not like
No, it's
it's
definitely not as
it's
bad, but it's like
edgy.
similar.
It's
It's
edgy, but it's
lighter.
not like mean, you know? I don't
It's
know.
not racist.
It's not racist. I'm sure they've said some racist
It's
things,
not
but
transphobic.
they've aged better than Shane ever will. Let's just say
That's
that.
very true.
They've aged a lot better. Not to compare or anything. I just don't like Shane. I don't know.
No, that's
I've
fair.
Shane has had a villain arc, you know?
I kind of started hating his content with the Tanacon thing.
Dude, I remember watching that and being like, why has he not like confronted her about
Too much
everything?
sympathy for Tana.
And then I was like, okay, fine, they're friends. But when he refused to challenge Jake Paul about
Yeah.
selling shit to kids, where Jake Paul's like, I don't do that. And he was like, okay. It's like, no, you need
He's
to
like,
push him.
yeah, he's
You need
like,
to
but
make him
Nerd City
mad.
said, and then like Jake was like, no, and he was like, oh,
It's like, no,
okay.
dude, you got the opportunity to sit this clown down. You should make him feel uncomfortable. If I were him, I would have made that dude feel small. And that was the point. That was like what everyone wanted. Everyone wanted to see Jake Paul
But he
shrivel up.
couldn't follow through.
No, because he's just as evil as Jake Paul is.
No, it's because he's an empath. You don't understand. He's an empath.
Well, he says that.
He senses bad vibes.
I was going to say he's an empath for lizard people. Like
Yeah.
he's an empath for
The Tana stuff
white
is so
rich
annoying.
people.
I'm just being honest. The Tana stuff is so annoying because people like they give her such a pass because she's like a whiny white girl that's semi-attractive.
I was a Tana fan at one point.
But like they give her the like, oh, but she's still like growing up. It's like, bitch,
No,
no.
she's not. No, she's
She's
not. She's been
she's
enabled.
she's been new at this point. Her whole brand is being immature, and you should understand that. She capitalizes off of the fact that she acts immature.
Well, I mean, if she knows that, I guess I can't sit there and be like, "Well, Tana's a bad person because she uses drama as a like." It's the fact
No,
that
I
she
just
like
mean in the
she
TanaCon situation alone.
it with the TanaCon thing. She her lack of, I don't know, responsibility actually hurt people.
Hmm.
So yeah, but I still think that pales in comparison to anything Shane has done, which is
No,
why
no,
I think
no. I just
he
mean
could
that's why I
forgive
would
her.
like. That's why I
He's
kind
like
of fell off at that point because I was like, I'm just watching at this point to see where this goes.
Shane is like, uh, Tana, it's fine because I've like essayed a child by kissing them. So, it's fine. Like it's fine
We've
because
been there.
I fucked my cat. It's fine.
It's fine. You peed on me that one time. It's fine.
Allegedly. All of it's
No,
alleged.
not allegedly. That actually happened. I
Wait,
watched it with my own two eyes.
wait, what did he do?
He let Tana when she was like 18 or 19 piss on him.
Oh, yeah, he's like, what is wrong with these people?
I
Tana,
don't.
why did you pee on him? Girl, what? Oh my
Because she's
god.
crazy. She's quirky.
She's quirky white. She's a quirked up white girl.
Busted
Busted it down
it
sexual
down sexual
style.
style. Not
Is
goaded
she?
with the
I was gonna
sauce.
say I don't think
Not
she's
goaded with
goaded
the
with the
sauce.
sauce.
She's not goaded with the sauce. None of them are
Anyway,
goaded with the sauce.
they're all terrible. Like
They are.
we've
And it's
got the
LA
holy.
culture.
I guess I don't want to like I don't want to sum it up to that. I really just think it's people who are lizards in their minds. That's what it is.
You want to sum it up to a conspiracy theory?
No, it's not a conspiracy theory. I mean, like, they are greedy,
Oh.
evil little rats that only care about money and power,
Yeah,
and
LA
that makes
YouTuber lifestyle.
they're lizards. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna call them all lizard people from now on. I'm
I
gonna be
think
Alex
Goon is a good
Jones.
one.
Goons are good, but like I wouldn't describe Jake Paul as a goon. I think he's got goons, but he is a lizard brain.
Mm.
Like he's got goons for sure, but he's the lizard
I
man.
think it's all that bleach.
Maybe, but I
The
bleach my hair.
bleach. True. But the
And I
maybe the
love
LA
bleach.
bleach is built different.
Maybe I am a lizard too.
May-
I
Maybe
am an apex predator to be
you
fair,
are.
so
You're leader of the Shadow Clan.
you're making my ego huge here, Bengo. Don't do that.
It
You'll make
already
my
is
ego
huge.
don't inflate my ego, dude. I am an
What?
apex predator.
My little breath in there in your
My
giant
name my
balloon.
name is SOPH, okay? And I rule the Shadow Clan. And I
Hmm.
fucking hate the Thunder Clan.
Fuck the Thunder Clan.
All my homies hate the Thunder Clan.
All my homies hate the Thunder Clan.
Anyway, this is just I just wanted an excuse to talk about Warrior Cats, I guess. That's what this all is.
I couldn't let that go. It was such a
I
moment in our game.
Now it's just part of my brand.
Now it's been the whole episode.
God. I
It's
need to
just
become a
been
furry
relating back
already.
yeah. You're
Why did you agree so fast?
Because you've been like threatening. You've been threatening to become a furry like
I'm just
every episode. You're
I'm
like,
just
I am on the line. And it's like just step. Just step.
I don't know what it is. I'm scared. I am starting to get furry content on my on Twitter,
You got
on
furry
TikTok.
content on Twitter and on TikTok like a month ago, ever since you've been in the Freddy Fazbear community again.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what happened.
You
My
just gotta
algorithm's like,
jump
"You're
in.
but how? Like it's
Just
intimidating.
start drawing them.
That's true. I'm gonna make my fursona. It's gonna be a rat. We should make
There
our
you go.
fursonas.
You
Come
wanna make
on.
personas? Do
Rat
you wanna do the furry
fursona.
quiz? We could do a furry quiz.
What is the furry quiz?
That Brittany Broski and Cher Shower did it on their furry episode of
Oh,
violating community guidelines.
I didn't see that. We gotta do that.
We do the
Oh,
furry quiz.
okay. So, do you think you could take a chimpanzee in a fight?
No.
That was fast.
Oh, I know my limitations.
I know I could. I could. I'm a biter. I will flail. I will scream. I will meet them at their energy. Okay. I am an apex
How big is the
predator.
chimpanzee?
How big are chimpanzees?
I don't know. Why are you
I
asking me?
don't.
I asked
I,
you first.
I don't know. I
I
watched
feel
a
like I could kick.
chimpanzee size. I'm googling it.
Aren't they endangered? Are they
They
endangered?
they can be from 88 to 130 pounds. I'm 140 pounds. And if you see a buff chimpanzee, they are terrifying. However, I think I could take an 88 one. I think the lowest one I could take. A
I
130-pound one? No way, I'd lose.
Oh yeah, I think I could maybe, square up with the smaller size, but no, I'd die.
Could you take a
Um,
bear?
a bear?
Yeah.
Like a bear. Like a
Yeah.
bear.
Yes, like a bear, like a black bear.
If I play dead, maybe.
I would fucking dude,
You don't fight those.
my
I
mom
live in Canada. I know these things.
my mom said she almost got murdered by a bear. But
Oh,
she said she stood very still and it just left. But I
yes. You do
I feel
not
like
engage bears.
I would climb a tree, and I know they can climb trees, but I can climb better than they can.
No.
Yes, I believe.
Your toxic
Dude,
trait is thinking you can take a bear.
I could not take a lion because they're fast.
No shit.
Could you take a big pit bull?
A big pit bull?
Yeah, like a pit bull, like a medium
No.
pit bull.
If it's angry, no.
I could take a pit bull. Dude, I could definitely dude, I have defended myself against a pack of fucking dogs before. I could take one pit bull. All it
I
takes is
lost to a
one.
small dog.
Oh my god, what do you mean?
I was I was in the backyard at an old place and I got chased down by a tiny dog, and that's where I'm afraid of tiny dogs. And my mom said, kick it next time. And I didn't want to
Yes!
kick it because I felt bad, but it was also going to kill me.
You let that creature have too much power, Bengo. Humans are apex predators. We are at the top of the food chain. We have to act like it, okay? I can
Is this
take a
just us
bear.
going through our Joker arc of like trying to defeat animals that did nothing to us?
Me versus a dog, one-on-one. I punch it in the head. Like, it's done.
If I
Goodbye.
was desperate enough, yeah, I'd probably, I don't know, fight or flight kicks in.
One of my friends is like one of my friends' friends. He like goes diving and I want him to take me to go see the sharks. I'm
You
not
want
going to
to
fight a
see
shark.
a shark? Don't fight
Yeah.
a shark.
I'm not going to fight a shark.
You would lose.
I would lose because it's water. Like I'm out of my element. And
Yeah, that's the reason.
I respect sharks' power, you know? I respect the shark's power. I
If this
respect them.
motherfucker could walk, I'd take him in a heartbeat.
If he was on land, I could fight him. I could take him.
If he was on land, it's over. It's over.
I firmly
It's all
believe
because he's in the water.
I could outsmart a bear. Come on. Bears are
No
dumb.
shit. You can use. There's many ways you can deal with bears, but the one thing you just don't do is actually go out of your way to fucking 1-2 a bear.
Me versus black bear. Who will win?
Not you.
You're not gonna put money on me.
I'm sorry. I would put money on the bear.
I always have a knife on me. What if I stab the bear in the eye?
What if it scratches your face open?
Yeah, you make a good point. Honestly, I don't know enough about bears.
I lived in BC, so like I knew a lot about these things, and my mother, she lived in like the bear territory and cougar territory.
I
There were
mean,
many times there was like a bear that walked onto the like balcony one time to eat the food, and my dad was shitting his pants. He's like, "What do we do?" Like, don't engage it.
I have fought a lot of animals, I guess. Like, I've kicked
So you're
and
cocky.
I'm cocky. I've won every fight so far. Although there was one time where I was less cocky. There was one time where I think I've told people about the dog that we had that was murderous and would kill everything. But he went out into the bush because we lived in the woods. He
Hmm.
went out into the bush and found a kitten and he was trying to kill the kitten. And so me, my huge hubris, okay? I have a lot of hubris. I go out there
If
and
you
I'm like,
didn't know by now,
I have hubris. So I was like, I'm gonna save this cat. Fuck our dog. Our dog's stupid and I hate him. So I went out there and I go to save the cat and I try to pick up the cat while the cat's getting attacked by my dog. Like it's chaos. There's teeth, there's claws. So I try to pick up this cat and the cat bites down on me as hard as it can. And I screamed, threw it on the ground and started running away saying, "Kill it! Kill it!" And my
ordering a
mom,
hit on the kitten.
I was like, actually, I actually fuck with the dog killing this stupid animal that bit me. I turned on that cat so fast. My allegiance was immediately lost the moment that cat bit me. But then my mom came out, saved the cat. The cat was okay. And then I felt bad because I was like wishing death upon it, you know?
Mm.
Like it's a little kitten, it's just afraid. And it was like, I'm being attacked. I'm gonna bite anything that touches me. But I was a kid, and I was like, "Hey, I'm trying to save you, and you bit me. Fuck you, die." So
Die.
that was one time where my ego was put in check by a kitten
It
who
was
was
chipped a
afraid.
little by a kitten. Yeah.
Yeah. But overall, every animal that I've taken so far, like one time, I think I've already talked about this, but I've shot pigs with a what is it called? Slingshot. I've kicked dogs. I've fought cats. I've killed birds.
Jesus.
I was I am not I am reformed.
I've
Now
had a very pure experience with animals, except for the traumatizing chihuahua.
oh my
But
god. so funny to me.
Like I've just been like vibing. There was a chicken in our backyard one time. We vibed with the chicken in our backyard. Deer vibed with, like, I fed goats one time. It was really fun.
Oh, I used to ride horses bareback in somebody's pasture. I
Oh,
think
that's
I've talked
cool.
about that. Have I talked about that
No,
on the? I have I not told you that on the on the Radcast?
no.
Oh, okay. So when I was a kid, one of my friends lived in like a pasture area, and their neighbors had a bunch of horses, and so we snuck in. I don't know how many times we did this. I only remember one time vividly, but I think we've rode horses quite a bit. But we snuck in and we're like leading horses around, and then it escalated to where we were climbing onto the horses and riding them. These were not our horses. We were just riding the horses bareback in somebody's yard, like straight up.
Mm.
And we were kids. But that time I was leading the horse around barefoot. Bad idea already. And the horse takes a step onto my foot and just stands there
Ooh, ooh.
for a long time. My foot turned purple. I
Oh.
was like, "Somebody help." And my friend or
Somebody please.
I
I'm
was like, "The horse is stepping on my foot, guys. I'm barefoot." And my friend at the time, my childhood friend who knew way more about horses than I did, came up and like pinched the horse's leg and it lifted its leg. But it was my foot was purple. And I never told my mom. I was
mm.
like, "I'll take this to my grave. Never telling anyone this ever. This is embarrassing."
That is embarrassing.
But yeah, I am
You think you
reformed.
could, speaking of like taking on animals, you think it could take a cougar?
I don't honestly know enough about cougars. Like, I live on an island. Maybe
That's
that's why my
true.
hubris is so big.
Yeah, that's why you're so cocky.
There's no
I
snakes.
literally get cougar warnings in elementary school.
Oh my god. Dude, watch out for the cougars, guys. She'll get you.
Well, the best thing is seeing them. My mom told me. The best thing is to see them, because that means they don't want to fuck with you. If you can't see them, you're screwed.
Yeah, right, cuz they're sneaking
They're
around.
watching you, yeah.
Yeah, right. Gotcha.
But
I
yeah,
don't
they'd be
know
like, we're
enough.
on cougar watch,
They
so
do look really scary though. Like their sounds too. I've heard clips of like their roars. They're scary.
yeah. There was one time where this
Could
is
you
really
take a moose?
random. No,
I've seen moose. That is a creature I could not take. That thing is huge. Moose,
huge can fuck up your car. You're done.
they're massive. I can't believe how big they are.
Yeah.
They're big boys and they're
This is
scary.
random, but there was a time when we went to the zoo
Mm.
and there was like screeching, and then the tour, because it was a field trip, the tour guide was like, "Oh, it's
Tour.
just the cougars. They are mating."
Oh my god! They're fucking too loud,
Well,
guys. I
cuz like
apologize.
the schlong is barbed.
Ow!
Yeah.
No!
Male cougars
Ew!
are like barbed.
That's yeah, dogs are kinda like that too. I
Yeah.
have this traumatizing experience where our dog was in heat, and we hadn't had her fixed
Oh.
yet, and so a bunch of dogs would show up, and one time dude, this is if this is, like, trigger warning, okay? Uh, a random dog who was bigger than her mounted her, okay? And this happened,
Mm.
like, so fast. And I guess he got it in there and was attached. She started
Oh.
running and he was like on top of her. Like she couldn't get him off of her. It was so scary.
Jesus.
And I, being a child, watched it go down and I was like, that is not okay. Like this is terrifying.
What did I just watch?
I watched R Word. I watched Dog
You
R Word.
did.
She was like not having any of it and he was attached.
He
So
was in.
I guess we should be thankful that human penises aren't barbed.
Yeah. Did you know
Thank
that
God.
ducks are like all like weird?
Yes. Yes.
They
Yeah,
spin.
they're the, like, one of the biggest, peepees out there.
Yeah.
The
And they also are
corkscrew.
like, yeah. They're really
Yeah.
bad for our word too.
Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, we probably. How did we get here? How did we get here? I was talking about taking animals in a fight, and this is where we ended up.
Yeah.
Talking about animal peepees.
Natural progression, I guess.
I want to just defend myself about my animal murder. I am
Yeah, for anybody who's, PETA, if PETA's watching.
I'm reformed, okay? I love animals. I am a fish keeper. I have a pet tortoise. I love animals. But if an
You also have
animal
Pepper.
if yeah, Pepper's fine, I guess. Pepper, yeah. My dog,
Yeah,
my chihuahua. She's she's
she's there.
harmless. She's harmless.
Do
But
nothing. She wouldn't hurt anyone.
I will say, if a random ass animal comes on my property, I go full ape mode.
Uh,
I'm like, I go to a place like it's primal where I'm like, get off of my territory or I will murk your ass. Get out of here.
I don't really deal with a lot of that because I'm in an apartment.
Yeah, you're
But
more civilized.
there's if tiny dogs approach me, I'm like, I gotta
Oh
go.
my god, you're so funny. You're afraid of tiny dogs. I
I
ain't afraid
just
of
don't.
nothing.
I just don't because I know I'm either gonna run or kick it if it tries to bite me, and I don't want the
Yeah.
drama of the owner being like, "Why'd you hit my dog?" And it's like your dog is after me.
They're dude, the ankle biters, they can do damage too.
It frustrates me because they're like, this is my hot take, but it's not the hottest of takes. But I'm like, I'm so tired of tiny dog owner privilege because they're like, she don't bite. The thing is foaming at the mouth, trying
Well,
to get to my legs.
not to
You do
be
not know how to train that dog.
yeah, well, not to be like the Chihuahua owner police because I have my own Chihuahua and she has a lot of things that are challenging and I still have to work on. But the thing about Chihuahuas, why they're so aggressive, is because they're so small. Humans don't respect their boundaries. They just pick them up when they don't want to get picked up. They
Yeah.
they don't respect their boundaries at all. And I've seen people treat my own dog that way, where I see people cross over her boundaries when she's giving them a clear sign of I don't like you, do not touch me. Because she's little, everyone's like, "Oh, dog." Do you think they would do that to a big dog? Fuck no. If a big dog was like, "Get away from me," you would respect that because you respect how much damage they could do.
Yeah.
So I
And
think
it's
Chihuahuas are not inherently like rat
no, I
bastards.
don't blame the dog. I never blame the dog. I blame the owners because it's just because the dog is not trained or put in the right environments.
Well, they're not usually trained too, because people. I am guilty of this. I made the assumption that Chihuahuas are not. They're like impossible to train when that's not true. Like I've recently started picking up training Pepper because she's so. The reason why I want to train her is because she's so fearful, not because she's aggressive, but because she's scared of everything, and it affects her quality of life. But I started training her how to do like simple commands and she's picked up on it like easily. So
Hmm.
it's not those breeds being inherently bad. It's just people don't respect them.
And then it creates a problem for
Everyone
outside.
else.
Yeah, because now that dog is not able to deal with everybody else, and then the owner in some cases fucking blames people just around, being like, "Oh, don't do that to my dog." It's like the
Hold
dog.
on, wait.
What do you want me to do?
Unrelated, not unrelated, but you ran from the dog?
Yes,
You're not supposed to run. You gotta hold your
I d-
ground.
I was a child.
Okay, I knew that shit early on. My parents, because we lived
My
out in the
mom told me
woods.
that after. She was like, "You kick it next
Oh,
time." And then they never let the dog out into the backyard ever again because my mom said that audibly, loud
yeah.
enough
Well,
for them
that's
to hear it. They were
dude.
like, "You kick that thing next time."
She's right by that. That's how it is out here. If your dog comes into my yard, I'm shooting your dog. Like that. If your dog comes and attacks me or my dog, I'm killing the dog. Like that's what happens. You don't get to do that shit. So people better hold on to their animals, otherwise their dog is gonna get murked. And
My
rightfully
brain was like,
so.
"I don't want to hurt the dog because I feel bad," and then we'd have to deal with all this drama of the fact that I hurt the upstairs neighbor's dog and all
You're too.
that. So
I
I was
guess
like, "I gotta run."
you're so empathetic. I was taught stand your ground, and if they keep attacking, you like lay into them.
I
You
was
better bite
taught
those
that
fuckers.
afterwards.
You had one traumatizing experience, and your mom was like, "Oh shit, okay, I better tell him how this works."
Well, yeah, and also she just wanted to let the neighbors know that she's tired of their shit.
Yeah. Well, dude, our neighbor, he apparently was deeply, deeply mentally ill, and he had 7 dogs, all of which were very aggressive, and all of which were let loose all the time. And so when he would just let them loose, my parents would get mad at him and they'd go to his house and they'd be like, "Yo, what the hell, dude? We don't want to call the cops on you, but you need to figure out your dog situation." He never
Mhm.
did. So my parents were like, "You know what? We don't like calling the cops. Fuck the cops. You guys just learn how to fight them and stand your ground and you'll be fine." And it worked. I mean, I had multiple times where I was like, they were trying to chase me, and as soon as I turned around and looked like a threat, they were like, "Oh shit."
Oh, my bad.
And that's exactly how it is with Pepper. Pepper, she would never bite people unless she was in severe pain. She would never bite anyone. But she will, like, I can imagine if Pepper were allowed to, she would chase people off the property or like run after people that are just walking down the road. You know what I mean? Like if we
Yeah.
allowed her to, she would. And people would assume she's a threat because she's this dog that's charging you, but the moment anyone would turn around, she'd run away screaming.
Yeah.
She's all bark. Right, Pep? She's scratching her fleas.
Aw.
It's a flea bitten rat. Anyway, this has been an interesting episode. How long have we been going for?
I don't know.
An hour and 26 minutes.
Oh,
Okay.
not bad.
Well, I think we're good.
Yeah,
I think this is it. I think that's it, guys.
let's go play Valorant.
We're gonna go rot our brains by being warrior cats. Okay, bye.
Yeah, goodbye. The
I
quick
gotta
exit.
piss.